Hey, what's up, New Year? Gear up. This is Lamar Wamble, and I am so excited to talk to you all today about 4 questions that you need to be asking yourself about how to pick your college major, right? Because, listen, I've traveled all over this country for the last 14 years, and I've been talking to young people about finding their passion and doing what they love every single day of this life, right? And so for me, this is really personal because this was the thing that when I was in high school, I discovered, and it changed the rest of my life because I found out what my passion was, the thing that I love to do the most, right? And so I just want to start off by sharing a story with you. So when I was in high school, ninth grade, nothing more than I wanted in my life, y'all, was to be a fashion designer, right? But I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. And Omaha, Nebraska, turns out that Nebraska is not the fashion capital of the world, y'all. Literally, at the time, this is 1997, nobody's doing fashion in Nebraska. There's nobody that I can look to. There's nobody that my parents know. There's nobody in my school that is like getting on and getting like close to somewhere that can help me with my dream and my passion, right? And so literally there was nothing, nobody. And so I think some of you may understand this, right? Because sometimes you have a dream, you have a passion, something you love, something you want to do, but because of where you're from or where you grew up, that you feel like sometimes you don't have access to those dreams, right? And so that's how I felt, right? And so, but I was so passionate about clothes, but I had no answers on what to do next, like how to actually go after my dream and create the thing that I wanted to create more than anything else in the world, right? And I'm telling you, like I used to love clothes so much, y'all. Like I literally used to lay out. So the night before the first day of school, whatever outfit I was wearing for the first day of school, I would lay my outfit out on the bed. I would lay it out on the floor, and I would literally just lay on it. And I would just think to myself, Lamar, like, why are you gonna look this fine tomorrow at school, right? Like, I literally, that's what I used to do, psych myself up about my outfit, about myself, all of it, right? But that is how much I love fashion. But there was no one there to kind of help me make it real. And so, had I had somebody there to help me make it real, or had I known right at the time that it was something that I really, really wanted to create and make real, right, it might have been ended up differently for me. But so much of why I became a motivational speaker and why I do the work that I do is because I do not ever want to see young people like yourselves being in a situation where you feel like there's something that you know you love and care about, and you're not in a position to have the know-how, the skill sets, and the mindsets to go make it happen and go create the thing that you want to create more than anything. And so this is why discovering your passion and using that to choose and make decisions about your major and your career choices is so important, right? So 4 ways that you should be able to discover your passion, 4 questions that is going to help you discover your passion that you can then apply to your degree or whatever it is that you decide to do for the rest of your life, right? Number 1 is this: what would you do for free for the rest of your life? Now, listen to me. I know this sounds crazy because the reality is that you're not going to work for free, right, for any full time job. Like, more than likely, that will not happen. Maybe for an internship, obviously, if you're volunteering, that will probably happen. But I need you to look at it differently, right? What would you do for free because you love doing it so much that someone wouldn't have to pay you to do it? You would just do it because it's who you are, because you love it, because it brings something out of you that other things don't bring out of you, right? Those are the things that you need to be paying attention to in terms of what it is that you would do for free for the rest of your life. For me, at the time, it would have been fashion, right? It would have been dressing and styling and like doing that for myself and trying to figure out how I can do that for the world, right? But as I got older, I actually fell in love with like presenting and having a microphone in my hand and being in front of people and performing in a way, right? And so it turns out that the work that I do now is still representative of things that I would do for free. And to be honest, like being a motivational speaker and doing this work with young people every single day, I wouldn't have to get paid a cent to do this because I love to do it. But here's the thing about that is that because I love doing it so much, and because I've gotten so good at it, that I know I never will have to do it for free because people are going to pay me to do what I'm best at. And so when you find the thing that you would do for free because you love it so much, you're also going to get really, 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 really good at that thing. And that's when someone's going to pay you a lot of money to come do your thing, to come do the thing that you're most passionate about. So that is number one. Question for y'all. Do y'all know how much it takes in America for one individual to be quote unquote happy, right? So Gallup did a study about 8 years ago now that said that $75,000 is all you need to be happy for as a person, one individual, right? And then anything above 75,000 actually has no impact on your happiness. So what I'm trying to tell young people is, what are the things that you would love and do for free, right? How can you take all these different elements of the things that you love and start piecing them together to make money? And so that they add up to 75,000, even if it's like two or three or four different things, right? So something to think about as we continue this conversation. Question number two that you need to ask yourself in order to discover your passion: what is your competitive advantage, right? So what does that mean? That means, what is it that you do better than anybody else you know in your family, in your city, in your town, at your college, in your community, right? And obviously there's a lot of people that probably do things that you do well, but you're one of the few people that do it really, really, really well, right? Things that people say like, wow, you're really good at that, right? Effortless things that you do well, right? People can probably go up to you and be like, wow, like you're a really good listener. Like, I really appreciate that. So what are the things that people tell you that you do well, and you actually do those things effortlessly, right? You don't have to put a lot of effort or try to do them. That is your competitive advantage. That might be somewhere you might look for passions. For me, I'm really, really good at remembering names, right? And so don't you think that being able to remember names, and I'm speaking to an audience of 300, 500, 1,000 people, if I can call somebody by their name in the middle of my speech after I met them at the beginning or before my speech started, that plays to my advantage. That is helping me build a deeper relationship with that person, right? So my competitive advantage informs and helps me do what my passion is, which is inspire young people, inspire people to be their best selves, right? So what is your competitive advantage? Do you do science better? Do you listen well? Do you do hair better? Do you do nails better? Are you a better dresser? Do you argue better than anybody knows? Do you sleep longer than anybody you know? Are you the fastest eater that you know? I don't care what it is, right? Because what passions do is it opens up doors. It doesn't close doors down, right? And I just need y'all to get really clear is that the world is wide open when it comes to your passions. And this is the big challenge that we have with passions and degrees, that sometimes so many of us believe that we can find our passion in a degree, and not that you can't, because clearly you can. But what are you going to do when you can't? Yo, there's no degree in motivational speaking. I cannot go get a bachelor's degree and be a motivational speaker. It does not exist. So if I wanted to do this and be this, I had to go create it, right? And so you have to use your skills, your natural abilities, the things that you do really well, sometimes to go create things, even though because your degree is not going to be able to save you all the time, right? And so use your competitive advantage to inform your passions, use your passions to inform your degree choice and your career choices. That's number two. Number three, are y'all ready? Is this: what is your emotional connection? What is it that makes you very happy, very sad, or very angry, that makes you want to get up and take action and do something about it, right? So here's what I mean. As you look into the world, there's all kinds of things going on in the world, right? What are the things that are going on that companies, organizations are doing that really make you happy? And you're like, you know what? I want to go do more of what they're doing. I want to contribute to what they got going on, right? That makes you happy, so you want to go help make that better, contribute to it, do more of what they're doing so that you can have your impact on the world, right? And this works going the opposite direction as well. What is it that makes you very sad or very angry that makes you want to go do something about it as well? So as you look out in the world, again, what are the things that are happening in the world that you're like, that is not right? That should not be happening this way. I'm going to go help do something about it. Or I'm going to create something on my own that can go help contribute to doing something about it, right? That is your emotional connection. It's so important to know what are the things that move you, because when you get moved emotionally by things, then you can also understand where your passion comes from. And then you can also understand where your purpose comes from as well, what your whys are and why you're doing these things, right? And so, number 3 is, what is your emotional connection? Last but not least, this is super easy, super simple. As it stands right now in your life, the person that you are in this moment, what do you love to do right now? Right? And I say that because so many times we have these things that are right in front of us. We know what we want. We know what we love. We know what we're passionate about. And there's people in your life telling you, well, that's not practical. I don't know if that's a career. That sounds like more like a hobby. I don't know if you're going to be able to make money doing that. I don't know if that's realistic. Even though, y'all, we know that no matter what you want to do, there is somebody somewhere making money doing the thing that you want to do, no matter how niche it is or how different it is or how unique it is. Somebody somewhere is getting paid to do the work that you want to do somewhere, right? So do not ignore the things that are right in front of you that are obvious that you love and care about, and don't let people move you off your mark to satisfy their life. You have to do what satisfies your life, and that includes the things that you love to do, and try to make those things a part of your life every single day, right? And that's what I mean by do what you love. Don't ignore the things that are right in front of you. Do the things that you love. Spend the time doing the things that you love to do, because at the very minimum, those are going to be the things that make you happy. I want to end with a statistic real quick. Do any of y'all know what the retirement age is in America, right? Generally, we all know that right now it's about 65. And I think for our generation, your generation, it almost might be 75, 85. Like, we're all going to be working at Walmart as greeters. Ain't never going to be able to retire, y'all, straight up, right? And so as we look at the amount of time that we have to work over the course of our lives, okay, you're going to graduate college 22, 23, some of y'all 25, 26. No judgment, just saying, right? But if retirement age is like 65, and say you graduate college at 22, and if we do that math, we subtract 22 from 65, I believe we have 43. I need you to understand the gravity of the situation and why it's so important for you to find your passion. You're going to have to work. Do something for 43 years. I'll say it again. 43 years. And my question to you is this, and I'm going to wrap it up. Don't you think that you deserve to get up and do something that you love every single day? If you're going to go after your passion and you know exactly what it is, find a way to make it your degree. And even if it isn't your degree, when you graduate, find a way to go do the work that you love and use your degree as leverage to get in the door to do passionate work that you love and care about that can make an impact on this world.